Now I've got a Porsche Cayman in for full detail. As you can see here, we're just going around the car at the moment. This car has not been washed as yet, but we're just having a look at the paintwork in general and the condition it's in. And we zoom in here near the front headlight, you can see on the panel there all the swirl marks, scratches and the paintwork. Before I start any machine polishing whatsoever, what we'll be doing is taking a look at the paintwork on this fantastic car. Now from a distance it doesn't look too bad. You think, oh, that looks fine, you know what I mean? But once we get close up, and that's why it's important here having the studio set up with the right lighting, then we can get up close and have a look at the paint. So what we'll do now, we'll go and get the scan grip light and I'll be showing you some of the panels and the mess that we've got to clear up on this particular car. Now when I shine the light here and the paintwork and we're just moving along, you can see all these defects. See all the bad swirl mark and holograms there in the paintwork. Same here on the panels as we go around. Loads of swirl marks and hologram. And if you have a look here, you can see all the shimmers as we move the light along. And this is probably poor washing techniques as well, the way the car's been washed in the past. But what happens as well when you wash the car correctly and you're going round in circles, the lines just cross one another that many times, and this sort of leaves the holograms, and that's where the shimmers come in, what you can see here. So what I'm doing now, we're just panning along with the floodlight here and taking a look at the mess that's there as well, and how much machine polishing is going to be needed beforehand to put this car right. Remember what I was saying earlier on about having the correct lighting in the studio. So as we can see, all these swirl marks and holograms going on in the paint, and when I put the other light on here and we're just moving it around, you can see what a swirled up mess this car is in at the moment. Rid of all them swirl marks and scratches, and as you can see now, adding more gloss. Having the lift in the studio is a fantastic thing because we can get to all areas on the vehicle as well. Lots of refining of the paintwork on this car. As I say, it does take time and many hours of paint correction needed, especially to turn this vehicle around. Even on the back of the car, as you would have seen before, all them deep scratches and swirl marks that was removing from the paintwork. And even on the creases here, doing more machine polishing, adding extra depth of clarity and gloss to the paintwork. I'd say, like this morning, we've got the biggest part of the paint correction done. It's just some niggly little areas on the car that we've got to address. So, but with having the lift in the studio as well is a brilliant help because we can lift the car up and get at all angles as we're doing the correction. You can't do this job proper outside in the open environments under a gazebo, anything like that. You have to have a proper dedicated studio to do the work. Then we're making sure we're getting rid of all the defects and everything and can address all panels face on with a polishing machine in a sterile environment. Right, so now finished the paint correction on the fantastic Porsche Cayman here. Lots of hours gone in to turn this car around and get rid of all the nasty swirl marks and holograms out of the paintwork. And as you would have seen in the beginning of the video, what a mess the paint was in and that type of thing. As you can see, I am now applying the ceramic coatings to the paintwork on the Porsche Cayman. There's lots of hours of machine polishing has gone in to turn this car around, and as you would have seen earlier on in the video, the mess it was in, but now it looks like a complete mirror on wheels. Also, with it being an enclosed studio, if you're doing this type of work yourselves out there, it's important to follow the health and safety regulations using the respirator, goggles and gloves, obviously for the fumes sometimes that can come off these coatings as well. Even treat the air intakes as well, dyed all them jet black. Having the lift in the studio is a great help as well, so we can get the car up in the air, take all the wheels off, fit them back on and address that. This is ideal bit of kit because we can facilitate all makes and models of cars from Porsches, Teslas, Bentleys, etc. Right, so now we've finished the paint correction on this fantastic Porsche Cayman here. But before we go and have a look at the car and the finished result, I just thought I'd explain a couple of things to you beforehand. I've been doing this for over 25 years, this job, and it's not a skill that you can pick up in a day or weeks or months maybe. It takes time, and to get to work on some of the cars that I've worked on, from anything from BMWs, Audis, right through to the top of the range, Ferraris, the 599 GTO for instance, a fantastic car. That was worth about £3.5 million. Once I detailed it here, now worth £6.5 million. So as you can see, it's about the trust and that type of thing to be given to you to use these machines and using the right way of doing paint correction and a positive attitude as well once doing this job. Because as I say, I mean, just like an example what I mentioned before with a rotary machine, that type of thing, because this spins on the spot, can cause major damage in the wrong hands. And this is an ideal machine basically for cutting out the heavier defects and that type of thing out the paintwork and getting rid of all them nasty holograms and swirl marks and deeper scratches before we go on to refining the paintwork in the first place. So what we'll do now, I'll go and pan round the car, we'll take a look at some of the things that we've done here and what we've achieved on this particular vehicle. You would have seen earlier on in the video, before we started doing any correction work, you could not see anything in the paintwork on this because of the scratches and swirl marks and all that sort of stuff going on. But now look at that, looks like a complete mirror on wheels. Then on the back of the vehicle here, you couldn't see anything in the first place, but now look at the depth of reflections there. Same again with these quarter panels on the rear of the vehicle. I would turn these around and you can see now it just looks like a complete mirror. Also removed all the scratches as well out of the rear lights, lots of machine polishing needed to sort these out as well. Treated all the front compartments here as well and vacuumed this area out. As I say, more storage there if you need it. And then obviously we've got these other bits here that just pull out, and that's for your locking wheel nut and your towing eye for the vehicle. Right. As you would have seen as well, what we did, we removed all the wheels on this fantastic car and treated all them internally, externally with a ceramic coating and the calipers as well. And these are a matte finish wheel too, so obviously we've got the right coatings here for them as well. So if you'd like any further information, don't hesitate, give us a call. Just another tip is what I always do anyway, if you're going to open a door on a car, always using the handles, then it saves getting any fingerprints on the glass or on the side panels, that type of thing. And what I also did as well is dyed all the air intake plastics here jet black, and that's a ceramic coating too that we've got now for plastics here at Top Car Detailing. So if you'd like any further information on that, don't hesitate, give us a call. But before, you couldn't see anything in the panels whatsoever, and this just looks like a complete mirror now. And you know something, the depth of reflections there, I bet you could have a shave in the paintwork. What do you guys think? We'll just have a look in the boot compartments here as well. Quite a bit of room here in the back, luggage space, and also we've got the speakers here built in as well. We've also got a rear spoiler here on the back of the boot section, so we'll just lift this up and I'll just show you this. So machine polished all this up as well, and ceramic coated that and treated all the underneath section too. Also treated all the glass as well on the vehicle. The rear section at the back here, the bottom of the bumper, all the plastics, they've been treated as well and dyed jet black and ceramic coated. Thanks once again for watching that short video on the Porsche Cayman here at Top Car Detailing. And as always, it's always about perfection, turning cars round into mirrors, and that's what we believe in here. So if you'd like your car looking the business, don't hesitate, give me a call and we can offer you the best coatings here as well for your vehicle in the marketplace today. Anyway, I'm going to have to go now, but I'll be back soon with more nice cars. Catch you later.